you're gonna have fun either way. It's a wild ride, buckle in tight. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night. Oh yeah. According to Flint, it's one hell of a night.
Coming to you live from an undisclosed location, here is your host, the one and only Flint Rasmussen.
Welcome, everybody. Good to see everybody join us Tuesday night, as in the words of Garth Brooks, is here in Fort Worth, as the thunder rolls. The lightning strikes. A little 91 degrees here today, and now some thunderstorms rolling through. Beautiful night here in the Fort Worth greater metropolitan area. Coming to you live from what we out here call Alliance Town Center, if you're close. Lots going on out here. Big busy times in the old PBR and in the PBR HQ down in the stockyards. Not quite as busy this week. Last week was pretty much spring break everywhere around here. So every day we'd take a walk, maybe 2 walks. We are, a couple of us there at the PBR headquarters, known as talent evaluators when it comes to people walking around the stockyards. And the talent was quality talent. So welcome everybody. Let everybody get settled in as we come off a big weekend in Southern California. Was it Palm Springs? Was it Palm Desert? They were calling it Greater Palm Springs. That was what the community wanted to be. Southern California, another great event. We'll talk about that. Got some PRCA winners and our Montana Silversmiths PRCA event standings of the week as everyone gets settled. Let's see who's around. Well, we got the usual people, Lisa and Lindy and Heaven and Marcus and Corey and everybody. So good to see all the new people joining us. I know Kurt Blake's watching. I haven't been able to see who's watching and who isn't, but since Kurt Blake messaged, yes, there's a good chance Kurt Blake is drinking really good bourbon sitting in Centennial, Wyoming, as spring is springing across the Northern Rockies. So good to see everybody. Let you get settled in just a little, because even on the, if some of you joined, Marcus, I know you do. Oh, there's Mike, a couple Montanans. Good to see you finally. Yeah, South Dakota. Going there in a couple weeks. Back to the Sioux. What was I had something in my mind, and then everybody said good things. Even for those of you who get on the live chat on YouTube and watch the PBR events, and I do that, you see me pop on there once in a while. Is it me, Marcus, everybody? That is exactly like here. Like everybody kind of talks, and then, except the only difference is the John Morris, JMO, he's one of our producers. He monitors and kicks people off quicker than I was going to tell him. He's in the office. I'm going to tell him, don't kick the people who say dumb shit. Don't kick them off so fast. Let me respond. So, because I even said on the YouTube live feed the other day, Salty Flint is fun. And but it's very much like here. We're pros on here. We know how to keep the questions coming, conversation going. The YouTube, the PBR YouTube live chat is just like here. It's the same 10 people comment all the time. Anyway, here's what I like is I like that the people who comment over and over, 100 times every broadcast, then complain about the theme song When I Ride video because they have to watch it every week. And I was going to go, we watch you guys comment every 2 minutes. What the song is good. There's no difference. So people get settled in. I don't know if I'll be salty. I feel in the air. I feel possibly a salty moment or two coming along tonight. Yeah. Chad Waldhauser, good to see you, buddy. Always good. Well, let's get after it. And Of course, as always, according to Flint, everything me brought to you by Long Live Cowboys. Wrangler jeans, a Wrangler guy since 1997. Still with us, still going strong. Real Cowboys wear Wranglers. If you're not wearing Wranglers, you're just a line dancer. That's what somebody told me. So take a quick break. Back after this with everything you need to know according to Flint Live. Quick break.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Welcome back to According to Flint Live. We call it Facebook, but we didn't want to advertise it necessarily because we didn't know if it would work. Much like the PBR, we are also live tonight on the According to Flint YouTube page. Look at that. Now we are officially multimedia. Facebook, we're on YouTube. So, trying that out. Maybe we'll move over to YouTube full time. You never know. We'll see how it's going. And Chris Rankin, who you calling a line dancer, Papa? Sorry, Rank. Listen, Rank, I've seen your work in the line dancing. You and those cinched jeans, getting after it. Down there, old Chris Rankin, he lit him up a smoke and put on his hat with the feather hat band, went on down to Gillies, did some line dancing. Oh, welcome back. Big weekend, as we said, in Palm Springs, California. This weekend, going to an event that is proof that the location, the venue matters. Bo Wagner sitting, who I can see and you can't. He has been a part of Albuquerque for a very long time, and he knows. Albuquerque, we don't anymore. People say, which events do you really like to go to? And I've told them, we used to have events that we dreaded going to, and now with our schedule, we really don't. There's something good about every event. We've got a schedule and a fan base. It's really exciting. But I can be completely honest and tell you, one, I liked going because it was early in my career and helped boost my career. But as time went, I didn't like Albuquerque. It was in old Tingley Coliseum on the fairgrounds. One year, one of the first years we went, it rained outside and I put my hat down because the roof was leaking. It seated, if I remember right, Bo, 7,000, 6,800 right in there and couldn't sell it out. Like, it wasn't like, oh, we don't have enough room. I remember when there was talk early on, is there another arena in Albuquerque? Sadly, there really isn't a big multi-purpose arena. They had the pit. We said, what about the pit? They said, can't be done. It's not a multi-purpose arena. It's a basketball arena. And the only way in is a tunnel, a ramp that's like a tunnel that goes down. You can't bring dump trucks in. Well, guess what? Guess who made it happen? The PBR, Ty Murray, David Allen, Bo, the whole gang, Randy Bernard at the time. And the first year we went to the pit, I can tell you what year it was. Want to know the first year went to the pit? 2009. Because I missed the first one because I was out with a heart attack. That was that time frame. So, but it's proof that a venue matters. Now, once again this year, ticket sales in Albuquerque are pacing ahead of last year. Going to be another great event, one of our favorite events of all time. And it all has to do with the venue, the fans that are in that venue and the atmosphere created. If you've never been, the arena floor itself is like 70 feet by 70 feet. It's small. The seats come right to this fence. The ceiling, the roof is flat. It's loud. You can't hear anything. So off we go to Albuquerque. Tingley Coliseum held some great memories. However, look at me not remembering the year. This is Bo, did you know this was the day Glenn Keeley died at Albuquerque? So that was a Friday night. He died in the night, I think, so technically Saturday morning. We finished Saturday and Sunday. Just didn't understand the magnitude of that at the time. I remember I was sharing a hotel room with Joe Bumgardner, and Bo here, who helps me, called our room, and there was something he had to tell me going on. And he said, but we're about to do this news conference. And I said, oh, for what? And Bo said, because Glenn died last night. We had no idea because they helped him out of the arena. He kind of walked out of the arena with help. Anyway, so that's a sad, that's the one sad connection to Albuquerque that we have. So anyway, Albuquerque coming up. So Bulls buck a little harder, crowd's a little wilder, crowd's a little louder. The Navajo Nation comes out in full force. Congratulations to Dalton Castle. Holy crap. 3 wins in a row. He joins 3 other people that have 3 consecutive wins on the major tour of the PBR. JB Mooney, Chris Shivers, Jose Vitor Leme. Dalton Castle joins that club. That's his 4th win of the season. It's his 3rd in a row. He's rolling in 3 weeks, or in the last 4 weeks. Dalton Castle has won $146,000 riding bulls. And that tooth right there still won't grow back. No matter how much money you make, you can't get your teeth to grow back. But what a great event in Palm Desert. Let's take a look. Dalton Castle, he is the new #1 in the world, by the way. We'll take a look at that. Andrew Alvidrez with another 2nd place finish. Sage Steele Kimsey just doing Sage Kimsey stuff again. Coming up, I mean, quick recovery from having a baby. Just comes back and wins 3rd in the event. Court McFadden, a slap on his re-ride in the championship round, costs him the win. Big news. That's the rules. Leonardo Castro Anderson de Oliveira, the 37-year-old rookie or whatever he is. Adriano Salgado. There's Caden Loud chipping away, trying to work his way up in the standings. The Iceman Kai Pacheco. And look who's back after a long layoff with a bad shoulder. Derek Obaba with a top 10 finish. So, congratulations to all those guys, and congratulations to Dalton Castle. There's no doubt. Now, listen, that Brady Fielder goes 1 for 3. No reason to panic. It bucked off legitimate bulls. But he's going to hang in there. It makes you wonder, going into the World Finals, when we go into the eliminations, then on to AT&T Stadium, what a great battle for a world title that's going to be. Let's look at the world standings as we head into week, whatever the week is, as we head into Albuquerque. The world standings. Hey, different look. Look at that little graphic. Oh man, just gives you goosebumps, doesn't it? Dalton Castle. I like this graphic that Bo did for us because it shows money. Dalton Castle with almost 267,000 on the year. Brady Fielder, #2. He's sitting at a couple 100,000 almost. Then it's Kimsey, Crimber, Alvidrez. The way I see it, nobody is out of that. Court McFadden's on a bit of a roll, but watch for those top 5 or 6. Luciano needs to do something. Keyshawn is riding real good. I think there's 7 or 8 guys in that top 10 that are really going to battle it out. Who can handle the pressure? Who can't? There's a different kind of pressure at the PBR World Finals. But another thing, I want you to look at that first column on the left. Riding percentage. Dalton Castle, 55.5%. Brady Fielder still up there around the 70% range. Sage Kimsey, 61%. There's Crimser at 52%. Look all the way down. Luciano. Court McFadden at almost 59%. The top 10 bull riders in the world, all of them except one, are riding at least 50% of their bulls. That, folks, listen, I've been doing this a while. It's as good a top 10 race as I've seen. So I don't know. I don't know if you know that I've been around a while. Somebody asked the longest streak on back-to-back wins. JB Mooney technically won 5 major events in a row, but it spanned 2 seasons. I think he won 3, then 2, or 2, then 3. either way. So as far as in a season, 3 consecutive is it. So now it's Dalton, the DK, the JB, the CS, and the JVL. So anyway, let's look. Speaking of that race to the finish line, what do we got going on in the next month, Bo? Let's take a look. Hitting the ABQ this weekend, headed to the pit. These 5 events are the remaining 5 regular season events. Albuquerque, 3 days. Sioux Falls, 3 days. Coming off of 3-day event in California. Billings down to 2 days this year, as is Nampa and as is Tacoma. Tacoma, once again this year, wrapping up the Unleash the Beast regular season. So that's what we got coming up. If you're in any of those areas, Billings, we're coming up there. I'm making the road trip. I'm loading up the truck, heading up. Okay, I'm catching a flight direct, but whatever. It's a direct flight. But I'm doing a couple of a Thursday night appearance somewhere, as yet to be determined. Our friends at Anheuser-Busch and the distributors there are doing a couple tailgate parties in the parking lot I'll make an appearance at. So I'm around. Come see me. Going to be rocking the Rim Rocks there in Billings, Montana. So come see us, see what else is going on here. Nice lanyard behind you. That's on the air side. Oh yeah, I got the National Western and the Fort Worth Stock Show right there. By the way, that doesn't say what would Jesus do. That says what would Jerome do. Kurt Blake knows. That's what would Jerome Robinson do, by the way. Thanks for those, Kurt. But also some rodeo going on. Your comments are good. Nothing salty from me yet. Nothing salty. Let's see. There's Rita from South Dakota. Oh, let's see. Oh, Tammy, ending with the awesome neon. The neon lights in the Tacoma Dome. Been there forever. TK, tell us about that shirt. So years ago, on my show in Vegas, I had a guy named Mark Nooch on the show. That's where I first got introduced to Mark. If you've ever seen the movie 12 Strong, Chris Hemsworth plays the captain. I think, what's the rank? I think it was captain of the 12 men who got the Allies and went in and invaded Afghanistan. First one's in. Chris Hemsworth plays a guy on the movie named Mitch Nelson. That is Chris Hemsworth's character's name. It was classified. That's actually Mark Nooch. And so I met those guys and they talked about this bourbon company they were starting. So they came on my show. Lo and behold, now they're the official dark liquor of PBR teams. But really good guys. The Horse Soldiers started the bourbon. Now it's won awards. So there you go. Horse Soldier bourbon. Not sipping any right now. I got a display bottle up there that I'm not going to open. It was a gift. Got another one somewhere. So anyway, there you go. That's the story behind the shirt. PRCA. We always, of course, thank our friends at Montana Silversmiths, and they bring us this week's, there's a story behind this we'll get to later, this week's professional rodeo standings of the week. Who is it this week? It's the headers in the team roping. Speaking of Albuquerque in the Navajo Nation, it's the roping sensation from the Navajo Nation. Houston champion Derek Begay, Tanner Tomlinson, and Dustin Agaskiza. There's Clay Smith, Tyler Wade, Lightning Aguilera, Nelson Wyatt, Marcus Terrio. Marcus has not made it to the NFR. He dominated in the high school ranks, college ranks, looking to make his first NFR. Jake Smith, Dawson Graham, Brenton Hall, some very familiar NFR faces, and Caleb Driggers, the world champion, who has rode for years with Junior Nogueira, coming in at 15, but watch for him to move up. That is our PRCA Montana Silversmiths. Standings of the day, I do want to say on Kurt Blake's behalf, really great Velocity Tour event in Dayton, Ohio this past week. Kurt was sure to tell us A matter of fact, he said, really great bull riding all the way around. Go ahead and put that on your little effing show. So, Kurt, we did. So, hey, we got some things coming up. Some pictures are our stronghold of the week. Maybe we'll do a Wrangler minute. We'll see. Lots of great things. But first, a word from, as I said, Montana Silversmiths. All right. Water tonight. By the way, this fancy water bottle, every year, well, the last 3 years, I've gone on, my parents and my sister Linda, watching from the comfort of the kitchen in Shoto, Montana. So on their behalf, that next picture you got up, that's what I'm going to do next. Go back just for it. But this water bottle, I've spent a morning ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange, and they give us a really good buffet breakfast. It's really fancy dancy. And they have bottles of water in bottles exactly like this. And one year I said, they will not miss a couple of these bottles. So I have these bottles with the little cork in them, and I stole them. And I just refill them and put them in my fridge from the New York Stock Exchange. Ta-da! That's right. Story time with Uncle Flint. Since my mom and dad and my sister are watching, it's basketball tournament time. A couple weeks ago were the high school basketball tournaments in Montana, and playing in the state Class A tournament, a team that I've always loved watching. I enjoyed getting my ass kicked by them, watching them kick my brother's team's asses, but they have great pride in their culture. And there's a lot of reservation schools. The Box Elder Bears won in Class C from up on the res. But representing the Blackfeet Nation, coming out for warm-ups, one of my favorite, a new image posted online, the Browning Indians in their full feather headdresses. Leave that up there, Bo, because now I'm going to wait for somebody to say something. I showed somebody this at work yesterday. Went, oh my God, Montana, nice job. Yeah, guess what? Let me tell you something a little interesting about the Browning Indians. Look at that picture. I know you can't see the guys in the back real clear. You know what? You know what's unique about every one of those players on that team? Anyone? Anyone want to tell me about every single player on that team? Anybody? Look, nobody will even answer. They're so scared. Our country's made them so scared to say it. I'm just waiting. Anybody want to? Nobody. Look at Bo. Nobody will even answer me. What is that? Why is it okay for them to wear full feather headdresses and native print warm-up shirts? Yeah, Evan. No, I asked a question. They're all Indians. Thanks, Angie. You know where Angie's from? Angie that just commented? Angie's from Cascade, Montana. She got her ass kicked by Browning too at one time. There's a difference that when you're up in Montana and there's every high school team, they look short. God, terrible answer. Every high school team in Montana that their school mascot is the Indians are Indian teams, are Indian schools. They take pride in it. They come out at the state basketball tournament with the drummers drumming on the side of the floor. It's cool, and I cheer for them. They're fun to watch, and they call it is res ball, and it's fun to watch. Browning Indians, I don't think they placed at the state tournament this year, but like I said, the Box Elder Bears in Class C with a big win. The Lodge Grass Indians from down on the Crow Reservation, southeast of Billings, they were second in Class B, losing to Loyola Sacred Heart from Missoula, who probably is the best team in Montana all the way across. So thanks for that, Bo. Browning Indians. I always cover that because when we talk about it in Montana, It has a different feel, much like the Washington Redskins logo was designed by Blackie Wetzel up on the Blackfeet Reservation. And that up on the Blackfeet Reservation, they took big pride in the logo for the Washington Redskins. Anyway, we'll drop that. Also, hey, speaking of Native American friends, I just talked about Derek Begay winning, going to number 1 in the world in team roping heading. I screenshotted a video he sent me a couple days ago that said, "We keep entering because they keep letting us in." And then he held this up. Congratulations, Derek Begay, my friend, the champion team roping header at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Congratulations, Begay. We love that guy. He told me once, the greatest Derek Begay. Derek, can the judge say in effect, Lord, what are you talking about? What's that lady? Anyway, something. I missed it. Sorry about that. Derek Begay told me one time, he said, "Hey, Flint," because he talks real slow and deliberate. He thinks things out. He said, "Hey, Flint, you know the difference between you and me? When we play Cowboys and Indians, you can play one part. I can play them both." So congratulations, one of the best Cowboys I know, Derek Begay. Speaking of that, here's the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Here's the winners of each event. Some great champions, pretty much across the board or down the board, however you're looking at it. Familiar faces all the way around. Rocker Steiner with the win in the bareback riding. If you see any post of Rocker Steiner winning, you realize that, yep, rodeo fans are tolerant and friendlier than any other fans. You know, watch them rip the PBR. Nice bunch. Nice tolerant bunch. My mom's watching. Anyway. Tucker Allen, the smallest of the steer wrestlers at the NFR. Rowdy Parrott might have been smaller. Tucker Allen, also a stuntman in the movie business. There's Derek Begay and Coulter Todd. They are rolling. They win the team roping 3-time world champion rider right in the saddle bronc riding with the big win. Riley Webb, the 2-time consecutive tie-down roper in the world, wins Houston. Really, keep in mind, this really bumps them up into those standings. There's Cassie Mowry. Hey, Bo, I'll show you that. You know what I do when I say Cassie Mowry's name? Cassie Mowry. Anyway. And Tristan Hutchings in the bull riding. Shut up. Tristan Hutchings in the bull riding. Hey, Tristan Hutchings, a great all-around cowboy. He competed at the college national finals in the bull riding and the steer wrestling. Love Tristan Hutchings. Those are great winners right there. Let's see. Wait, how many world champions do we? I just Ryder, Riley, and Cassie. Those 3 in a row. Rocker will probably be a world champion. So there you go. Houston. Are we almost done with those rodeos? Like Denver, Fort Worth, San Antonio, Houston. I mean, I think people who watch Cowboy Channel, it's like nightly porn or something. It's just night after night. Holy shit. Some of them go like 3 weeks. And I worked Denver at one time, the entire rodeo. Whew. It was like being in prison, except I had to work every day. It was a tough one, man. Rewarding at the end. Here's a little story for you. So I gave Bo because Bo is in Billings. We're connected. And he runs the graphics and slides the pictures in. I'd like you to, should I do that? Maybe I should tell the story first. So my sister Linda is sitting there with my mom and my dad in Shoto. She lives over by near, in Prospect, Oregon, near Medford. She's been in Medford forever. I think she was the mayor at one time. I'm not sure. She was a North Medford Black Tornado, and then she was a Grants Pass Caveman. Had it all going on. She lives there, but Paige, my daughter, flew into Medford and drove to Klamath Falls, Oregon to put on one of her goat mindset goat tying rodeo clinics for 15 young girls in Oregon, Southern Oregon. Had a great time. Drove back Sunday night, got up early yesterday morning on Monday to get a 6 a.m. flight. She flew Medford to San Francisco. Medford to San Francisco. And there is now a direct flight, United, from San Francisco to Bozeman, Montana. Bozeman, the best airport in Montana as far as flights go. Paige gets on the flight from San Francisco, somewhere partway home. This one didn't make the news. Engine failure. I'm just telling Bo this story for the first time. One of their engines failed, like boom. And the flight attendants ran to the front asking people, look out your window. Do you see smoke? Like scary. So they announce it. They make an emergency landing in Boise. Emergency landing. She said it was sketch. Flooping in like a wounded World War II pilot landing on an aircraft carrier. So they're stuck in Boise. They get a plane from Denver and get them to Bozeman last night. Not real late, but it was scary. It was, she said it was frightening. But then they give them a voucher. So Paige sends me this picture, and I found it very amusing. If anybody knows Paige, I said to the people next to me, hey, the more engines that go out, the more flight vouchers we get. And they didn't like that. The most Paige thing ever. So she's bragging to me, Dad, we got a flight voucher, but I bet it doesn't buy me a flight to Dublin. She wants to go to Ireland. She gets home or gets on the plane. Hey, you know that flight voucher they gave me? $75. How damn disappointing is that? You almost crash and you get a set. That's it, folks. United. We love to fly and it shows. Is that theirs? Time to fly. It's time to fly, I think. Anyway, a $75 flight voucher. That'll get you boarded in Bozeman. That's, and a hamburger. So there you go. That's story time with Uncle Flint. So Paige made it home back to Bozeman. So be careful out there. Just telling random people, hey. Which reminds me, what time is it? So I used to tell this joke back when I used to tell jokes as a rodeo clown. I used to tell this joke about engines going out in an airplane. You want to hear it? You want to hear a rodeo clown joke? I'll tell it as if I was. So I'm on this plane. This could be Paige. I'm on this plane the other day. We kind of hear a noise and the plane shakes, and pretty soon, pilot comes on. He says, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I know you heard something, no reason to be alarmed. We've lost one of our 4 engines. Again, we've lost an engine, but there are 4 engines on this plane. We can fly on 3. Will we continue as scheduled? However, it will slow us down. We'll be landing about 15 minutes later than scheduled. Please relax. Everything's okay. There you go. Pretty soon, little shake. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We've lost our 2nd of 4 engines. We are going to continue flying as scheduled. We'll be fine. We can still fly on 2 engines, but it is going to slow us down, put us behind schedule. We're going to be about 35 minutes late now. Everybody's getting nervous around me. They're getting nervous around me pretty soon. Yeah, this is your captain again. We've lost that 3rd engine. We think we can make it, though. We're pretty sure. We're going to fly on this 1 engine. Obviously, it's going to slow us way down. Well, we're going to be landing about 50 minutes later than scheduled. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. No need for alarm. And I go, this guy beside me, he's kind of sweating. I said, are you okay? And he goes, dude, this sucks, man. If we lose that 4th engine, we're going to be up here all day. Thank you. Because it was slowing us down. Like, did it? I know, it wasn't that good of a joke when I told it in the arena either. It wasn't. Look at, no responses. No responses at all. Everybody's just going, holy shit, no wonder you retired. That was way back in the day. That was like early 90s. Early 90s. Thanks, Marcus. At least Marcus gives me an LOL. At least. So, thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it. See, my real friends, they're laughing. My mom's shaking her head right now. Didn't get it. She didn't get it. Thanks, Whitey. I appreciate that. Jane, I don't want. Oh, Shorty. Hey, everybody. Where's Shorty? At least we know where Shorty spends his Tuesdays. Shorty, of course, almost. Where did I get that one from? I read it somewhere. Shorty, inductee in the middle of May into the Bull Rider Hall of Fame here in Fort Worth. He and I going in together. Yeah. Thanks. All my friends, Whitey, Shorty, Rankin, now they comment. There you go. Corey Keith. Thanks, buddy. You know the story. Yeah, that's right. What did I forget? Do you have anything, a graphic my Stronghold of the Week. Hey, every week we bring you the Stronghold of the Week brought to you. Shirley will be up here all day. Yes, we will. And quit calling me Shirley. You ever seen a grown man naked? You ever been held in a Turkish prison? Airplane. Stronghold of the Week brought to you by Cooper Tires. In this segment, I'll be breaking down what I think is the toughest ride of the week and the rider who I think held strong. Who's the guy that's been cracking out high point scores every weekend? This week, on the bull ghost face, he's a past Stronghold of the Week winner. It's one and only Andrew Alvidrez. Check it out.
Would have typically been left towards the bottom.
Well, I tell you what, he may not have known the bull, but Alvidrez definitely knows how to ride, and he is atop them all for the moment.
It makes it even better.
Yeah, man, we should see over 90 points on this one. I mean, this is a great ride for Andrew Alvidrez. Really great bull ride.
First guy to congratulate him is our world #1 Brady Fielder. Another look as we await the score. 91 1/4, Coop.
Yeah, and as it should be. I mean, there's a lot going on. A lot of moving and shaking by Andrew Alvidrez just to stay in the middle of this bull. That was a
nice one. Andrew Alvidrez, guy's a beast. Watch out. Watch out for AA. I remember when we were, a lot of story times with Uncle Flint. When we were doing events at the Lazy E during COVID with no crowds, and I was doing TV, I got put in TV because there was no crowds to entertain in front of, and doing some interviews. And we were meeting with the producer of the TV show, going through the run of show. And our TV producer said, okay, Andrew Alvidrez was new on the scene, brand new. He was a rookie. So he said, hey, one of you, Flint, you want to get an interview if we can? I don't know how his English is with the new Brazilian rider, that Alvidrez. We're like, he's from Texas. He's a Texan, man. So congratulations. Everybody knows who he is now. So congratulations, Andrew Alvidrez. Andrew Alvidrez. I think I vowed to call him that, didn't I? On a podcast. Andrew Alvidrez. Anyway, what am I forgetting? No Stronghold. I'm going through my list, make sure I got everything. Maybe we should do a Wrangler minute. I'm rolling. See if I haven't gotten real salty. A little bit. I hinted at it, talking about fans. Oh, Angie, the on-air sign, I left it on again. The batteries are dead. Sorry about that. Lots of bulls tripping over their own feet. There did seem to be some bulls stumbling. I don't know what it was. The dirt was fine. Hard to say. Yeah, they were feeling a bit salty, I guess. So, who were did somebody just ask who was the announcers? The TV announcers were Cooper Davis and Craig Hummer. The in-arena, if you were there live, were two greats, Clint Atkins and Chris Rankin himself. Hey, Rankin, they had Rankin do the draft on TV. I was watching. They usually send it down to Clint Atkins. Bo, you noticed that too. Yeah. Hey, Craig Hummer. Hey, let's send it down to the draft. And Chris Rankin. And I went, what that is? I don't know if you guys, did you lose a coin toss? Did CA have a stroke? I didn't know what. Like, Rankin's doing the draft, and a fine draft he did conduct, as a matter of fact. Favorite media format you've done these? Favorite media? Get salty, Flint. What's on your mind? Oh, thanks, Zach. Some good new names today. We're holding steady. You think Hamblin's painting of me deserves to be on the wall behind me? Angie, she's friends with Mike Hamblin, my college friend. It's not on the wall. Here, hold on. Oh, where is that? Where's Reagan? All right, hold on. Hold on. Here, I'd open the door. It's pouring down rain. Oh, there it is. My friend Mike Hamblin painted this. That's an original oil painting. That's the one, Angie. Angie, since you brought it up tonight, now, can I just hold it? There it is. That's hanging on my. It is. Hey, Bo, that little chance of thunderstorms. Got my door open. Got the patio door open. That's right. All right, Wrangler Minute, everybody. You're welcome, Angie. Jimmy Hennecue, you're welcome. Wrangler Minute, you know the rules. Throw me a topic. Maybe get away from best rides you've ever seen, best something. Last week I did 3 memorable college basketball March Madness moments. I did that. Wrangler Minute, best bottled water. Well, this is tap water. I just put it in a bottle. Whew. I'm not doing March Madness. I don't know. This is not from I don't know where the photo was from. It was just taken at an event. So I'm not sure. It's unreal. Mike Hamblin. Hey, the ham bone. Yeah, we did basketball last week. We did college basketball last week. So anything having to do with rodeo, it's tough to come up with. So Wrangler Minute, you give me a topic, unrehearsed, and I talk for 1 minute. Favorite announcer across the sports world. That's a good one, Bo. Best Mexican restaurant. That doesn't take, Corey, that's not a minute. Baseball pitcher, what weather event makes you salty? Well, if I'm really sweaty, I'm salty. Favorite sneakers, cleats, best basketball team, Montana. I think this year it was probably Loyola Sacred Heart. Class B state champs, third year in a row. I've never ridden a bull. Michael, I have not. Best Montana rodeo event location in Montana. Soon to be Rodeo Billings. Outdoors with the Billings, Montana Fair. Right, Bo? Building a new outdoor arena in Billings. I did get salty on the post from Rodeo Billings when they were moving the dirt. Outdoor arena going in, and the first 3 comments were negative, and I congratulated Billings, Montana on the first 3 comments being negative about something great for the community. Anyway, live weather report outside. Oh, it's letting up already. Best favorite rom-com. Tammy, my favorite rom-com. I have a affinity for chick flicks. You want to know my favorite one? A rom-com's like a chick flick. Ready? Notting Hill. Julia Roberts, Hugh Grant. Notting Hill, recommending it for anyway. Let's take a look at the weather report for my mom. For my mom, Tootie, currently in Fort Worth, Texas, thunderstorms and 84 degrees, wind gusts about 20 miles an hour. I have it down to 77 right now that it rained. So, yeah. Talk about the quality of livestock today versus when you started with PBR. I will say, I don't know that takes a minute, but people who say the bulls used to buck back in the day harder, I've never seen bulls like what guys are riding right now. So I don't know that I want to spend a minute on it, but the riding percentages you're seeing right now. Thanks, Tyler. Hey, look at Whitey complimenting our graphics, Bo. He knows a thing or two. Whitey works on graphics for our TV broadcast. So thanks. When you see those riding percentages up around 50%, it's unreal, folks. The bulls they're riding nowadays, whole different thing. So, best sportscaster called the longest. Not. How about let's just sit? Wait, Evan, you can't answer your own. You can't answer your own question, Evan. That's the rules. Let's go favorite. Everybody's coming up with some stuff. Was it Marcus? Favorite sportscasters of my time? Did I do this one time? I think I might have. You don't think so? We're going to do it. Hold on. I'm just writing. I am writing so because names leave me now. It's what I. It's one of the. I'm writing down ones. I'm going favorite sportscasters, living or dead, and it can be a team as well. So let's see. Hold on, one more. Okay, ready? I'm gonna miss some, I'm sure. I'll miss some of my favorites, but here goes. For my friend Marcus, it's time for our Wrangler Minute. Today's Wrangler Minute topic, in which I will speak exactly 1 minute on favorite sportscasters, favorite sports announcers. All of these happen to be a combination of radio, TV. When I'm done, somebody will bring one up and I'll go, shit, I forgot them. And I'm not including any Canadians. What's Hockey Night in Canada? I met him. He helped me at Calgary. Greatest guy. The bald guy. Hockey Night in Canada, Jane. You'll know. Anyway. Oh, God. Somebody already wrote, see, you're writing, you're giving me answers before I'm doing the damn minute. No, quit giving them to me. Okay, here we go. No, I'm not coming to Ellensburg this year. Okay, here we go. Favorite sportscasters, Wrangler Minute, ready, go. The first team that I mentioned was a Monday Night Football team, and I mentioned them because they had such an influence. They were the voice of my childhood on a Monday night. Frank Gifford, Dandy Don Meredith, and Howard Cosell on Monday Night Football. You got to go with Keith Jackson. Oh, Nelly. Yes, it was Ron McLean, who I got to know personally in Calgary. Ron McLean on Calgary Night, Hockey Night in Calgary. Al Michaels, one of the greats across the board, called The Miracle on Ice in Lake Placid. Right now, I think the best football duo going is Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. Aikman doesn't get too far off into the weeds. He does a nice job. Back in the day, another sound of my childhood and my prime was Pat Summerall and John Madden. They were my two favorites, but probably my favorite of all time, and I think it shall be noted, he is the greatest sportscaster of all time, the voice of the LA Dodgers, Vin Scully. There you go. How'd I do? It's got to be Vin Scully, doesn't it? Got to be. Here's one that was a voice of my childhood. Hey, everybody, it's Harry Carey along with Steve Stone. It's Rick Sutcliffe on the mound. And who's our buddy? We're friends with Rick Sutcliffe. Me and Bo, we know Sut really well. And I asked him questions about playing for the Cubs. And Harry Carey used to get plastered. So Rick Sutcliffe, former Cy Young winner, the big redhead, up on the bump tonight for the Cubs. He gets on first base. And it's back when Harry Carey had a heart attack or a stroke, so he was out. So they were bringing in celebrity commentators. It was Steve Stone, and on that afternoon, it was Bill Murray. And so Sutcliffe gets to first base, and Bill Murray up in the booth is betting people that Rick Sutcliffe wouldn't steal second base. Wouldn't steal it. So word gets down to Sutcliffe, hey, Bill Murray's betting you won't steal. The only stolen base in Rick Sutcliffe's career was in that moment. He stole second base because Bill Murray bet that he would not steal second base. And Jimmy Henneque, Bob Norris, KSEN Radio, Shelby, Montana. I'm going to go Bob Norris and Mark Daniels from KSEN. I don't know how I could forget Brent Musburger. We are live. I kind of became friends with him too. His mom and my grandma were friends in Western Montana. So there you go. How'd we do? Look at this. We're rolling tonight, holding steady. Hey, thanks everybody. Glad you're watching. Inspired some good stories. And everybody, we got a great show lined up for you. I went to, real quick story. If Chris Rankin's on here, I'll appreciate it. We used to, at the PBR World Finals, we would draft the bulls every night or every other night, and we'd do them. They'd pick a different location, like a nightclub or a bar, to draft, come watch the draft. It was Halloween. So after the performance, we dressed up in our Halloween costumes. Clint Atkins dressed as me. He stole my stuff. I did his makeup. People actually were getting his autograph. Like I wear that shit out on the town in Vegas. I had the full suit, the white hair, the big glasses, and I was Harry Carey. My phone dropped. Sorry. So I was Harry Carey. Look, that's what happens the night I drink water. I was Harry Carey, the blue suit, and we hosted the draft. Clint Atkins was announcing, and I was, hey, check this kid out. He can really ride. But what got it was all the riders were there, and their wives were all dressed up for Halloween. This is terrible. I shouldn't even tell this story, but they're not married anymore, so I can't. And all the riders' wives were dressed for Halloween. I don't know if you've ever been to Halloween in Vegas, but whatever women dress us up as, it's slutty. Yeah, they're not just a costume. It's it's a dentist. Oh, a slutty dentist. So we used to have a rider who was a really great rider named Travis Briscoe. Rankin, you'll appreciate this. Travis Briscoe was he was a really good rider, the redhead from New Mexico. And his wife at the time was dressed as a taxi driver. She had the little hat, but she was, of course, dressed like a slutty taxi driver. Hey, CA's up there. All right, here's our next pick. It's Travis Briscoe. Come on up, Travis. And I jumped in. Hey, look at Briscoe's wife dressed up like a taxi driver. She drove me here. I waved her down. She drove me here. But I didn't even pay her the fare. I just gave her the tip. And she was sitting in the front and went. Briscoe thought it was hilarious. But if you think about it, it was kind of dirty. I'll let people think about it. They'll get it. I was dirty Harry Carey. It was awesome. Look at, not a response. Nothing. Oh, yeah. Marcus said, oh, right. Yeah. All right. Anyway, there you go. My mom's watching. Thank God. So that was funny. That was like the moment of it was one of those moments we were in a bar on a stage and I got to do something I could never say in the arena. So that's always fun. Anyway. Oh, shoot. We got it, Brandon. We got it. Yeah, I'm bad. Thanks. You're welcome, everybody. I'll be here all week. Thank you very much. Okay, listen, something to look forward to as we wrap it up. Coming up weekend after this is Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Just a reminder, because I helped put this together, in Sioux Falls, Saturday morning, 10 to 11, in the convention center there, connecting the arena to the hotel. We're going to do 10 to 11 in the morning, all the riders, all the bullfighters, everybody signing autographs. That means you too, Chris Rankin, if you're going to Sioux Falls. Autograph signing, open to the public, a free poster from the PBR to get signed by all the riders. That's coming up in Sioux Falls. Big weekend in Albuquerque, New Mexico, on the campus of the University of New Mexico, home of the Lobos. The Pit all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Huge events coming up. Watch out for it. Big world title race. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to all the people who support us. Thanks to Bo setting us up with all the great graphics. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you next time.